Are leaders born or made?
Welcome to the National Leadership Conference. We want to begin this year's conference by focusing on a basic but important question. Are leaders born or made? In other words, are excellent leaders born with the characteristics they need to lead, or can any one of us learn to be an excellent leader? People have been asking this question for centuries. Researchers have conducted countless studies on the topic. So, what have they discovered? What's the answer? Well, the answer is yes and yes. That is, leaders are both born and made. Here's what I mean. Research has shown us that leadership is about 1/3 born and 2/3 made. Some leadership qualities are inherited, but most must be learned. Let's look at the relationship between these two sides of the answer. Hopefully, this will help you to become a better leader and also help you develop better leaders in your companies and organizations. Most of us will be happy to find out that great leaders are mostly made. It means that even if we are not natural-born leaders, we can still learn to be effective in doing our jobs. We can still grow and develop as leaders. Nevertheless, there are some natural characteristics that typically mark those with potential to lead. In other words, there is some raw material that great leaders are normally born with. What are some of those natural characteristics? Let's consider the most important one: intelligence. Leaders must be smart. They don't have to be geniuses, of course. They don't even have to be the smartest people in their organization. But they do need to be smart enough to understand the needs of the people on their team and understand the challenges their team will be facing on the path to success. Most importantly, they have to be intelligent enough to learn the skills and practices that we'll be talking about throughout the rest of this conference. Now, the job of leading an organization, or any group of people, is extremely complex. Absolutely no one is born with all the skills they need to do the job. This means that even if you have certain natural qualities that make you a great potential leader, like intelligence, for instance, you will still need to acquire many skills and a lot of experience in order to truly be an effective leader. But how can potential leaders acquire the skills and experiences they need? In other words, how are leaders made? The answer is, they make themselves. That is, they decide that they want to be leaders and they pursue opportunities to reach that goal. For instance, they find role models who are capable leaders. They ask those role models about how to address difficult issues and solve big problems. They also imitate or copy their role models. Of course, they make many mistakes along the way, but they try to learn from those mistakes. They also look for training programs, classes, and conferences that will help them grow. In all these ways, and in many other ways, they make themselves into the leaders that they want to become. Leaders are not born or made. They are born and made. If you have some of the basic qualities necessary to lead, that's great, but don't rely on your raw talent alone. It's not enough. You still face the challenge of making yourself into a true leader, and that will be a lifelong challenge. You'll never be done growing because there will always be more to learn about your job, your team, your goals, and yourself.